crucial again, partner, because he has to still be riding the momentum from last week when he broke the century mark in rushing and had one of his best individual efforts of the season. I would expect that there's more from him on the way after that type of a game, and I know his teammates and coaches, they feel exactly the same way.
3.
That was well played, but that was also an example of a corner who understands his coverage, realized he had support behind him, and could be a little more aggressive in the shorter zone, and did exactly that, knocking that pass away.
This is taken at about the 14. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Jaguars go on offense, first down and 10. So here come the Jaguars to take over for the first time behind Trevor Lawrence, their quarterback in season number 4.
There's a lot of good to watch in the game last week, wasn't there? I mean, he did throw 2 touchdown passes. That was impressive. And he's so close, isn't he? The 3 interceptions killed him and his team. That was costly. But if he just cleans that up a little bit, there's a reason for optimism with this team and this passer.
And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard. You talk about this Lions defense. They come in a top 10 unit against the pass currently in the NFL.
And how about that last play? Just how quickly they got to the ball, caused a loss of yardage. Yeah, that play shows exactly why their ranking is justified.
And now they're just hoping to see more of that. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. Here's 3rd and 7. Now Lawrence. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. Only 2 yards, and it'll be a punt on their opening possession.
And defensively, they had an extra defensive back on the field, their nickel package, and it made a difference. All the receivers were blanketed, so he tried to run for it, but he came up just a bit short.
So on 4th down, here's Logan Cook to punt for Jacksonville. Back deep, Khalif Raymond. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. He'll look to set up his blockers. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And out will come the offense as they take over. Back onto the field come the Lions for their 2nd overall drive. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
They work now on 2nd and 9. Now Goff. And that's hauled in by St. Brown over the middle. And he's going to be taken down. Plus, there's a penalty flag in the backfield. They may get 15 more on top of this. So roughing the passer penalty and an automatic first down.
And that's the mark of a bad team, partner, because that's an easily preventable penalty, but they just didn't take the proper steps to make it so.
And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain. 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 47-yard line.
Now Goff. And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down.
It's now 3rd down and 9 yards to go.
Goff now to throw. He'll get this underneath to Montgomery. And they'll bring him down right at midfield, and he is well short of the first down. 3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down. Here's Jack Fox on to punt. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. The Jaguars offense and their quarterback coming out for their 2nd drive. And he's been a real threat in the red zone and beyond. As you take a look at the NFL leaders in rushing touchdowns by a QB, you'll notice he's worked his way into the top 5 at this point in the season. Now Lawrence. A short throw to Ingram. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. The numbers in last week's contest for Ingram. 8 catches, 79 yards, and a touchdown.
And he's able to pull that last pass in, but this is usually a pretty tough unit to try and maneuver against. They're in the top 10 in the league against the pass, and you and I both know there's not much difference between 1 and 10.
They lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
On 3rd down, here's Etienne. Oh, what a move. And he will get him down a couple yards shy of the 1st down marker. A nice tackle coming up from his free safety spot. A pretty good effort there, 9 yards, but not enough. We'll likely see the punt team now on 4th down.
And that's the kind of run that gets everyone excited on offense. And, you know, oftentimes the guys who carry the ball are the ones in the huddle doing the chirping. Right now, I think it's the offensive line telling them, run it again. We are right there about to break a big one.
The Cook now on to punt as he gets this one away. And this will be taken at the 13. A big boot that time. 57 yards the official distance. And they will take over 1st and 10. So out now come the Lions. We've seen both of these offenses still sort of in that figuring things out phase, but I suspect some action on the scoreboard soon as they start out here 1st and 10. They'll get this to the 24, and it's 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 7.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7 at the 24-yard line.
Hand off to Gibbs, headed right here. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a 1st. Relatively small sample size, but that's his longest run of the 1st quarter. Bounced it out to the outside to make it successful.
And to get there, you actually need some help. It's not just your pure speed getting to the corner, making sure that the blocking is taken care of inside so the pursuit doesn't get you. And oftentimes, those wide receivers, tight ends that might be flexed out, they've got to control the edge and make sure no one from the outside can spill the play before he gets there.
They'll try the air now with Goff. That'll be caught. It's St. Brown. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
On 1st and 10, here's Gibbs. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays. We're scoreless after 1. Second quarter action now from Detroit, and it's the homestanding Lions who have the football. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Trying the left side with Gibbs. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
At the 18-yard line.
Another run for Gibbs here. And they'll get him down right around the 16. After getting stuffed on 1st down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. 8th play of the drive forthcoming, and they need 8 yards on 3rd down. Goff now looking to throw. And that ball incomplete, nearly intercepted. Took a chance with that one. It'll lead to a 4th down. Out is Jake Bates to try the field goal. From the right hash, this from 33. Bates' kick is good. And the Lions are going to take a 3-0 lead. So that kick gives them their first points of the game, CD. And it comes on the 3rd drive, but hopefully for them that's a spark that gets that offense going.
Yeah, and I would say if you're the offensive play caller, as you look at your sheet, you're trying to find that part on there that unlocks bigger points. They've struggled with a few drives so far. Finally got 3 out of it. How do you find the end zone? That's what he's searching for now.
Lawrence bringing the Jaguars up 1st and 10. At their own 28-yard line. He'll look to ETN to start things out. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there. Second down. Off the play fake. Here's Lawrence. Open man downfield is Duvernay. There he goes, right side. Touchdown, Jaguars. Devin Duvernay, his first touchdown on the year. And the Jaguars have taken the lead. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. Pretty clean and simple there. Just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. He takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. And Detroit getting set to go now. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 65 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Now they'll run it with Gibbs. Breaks the tackle, now an alley. They'll get a dozen there, and the Lions have a first down.
This is the old adage, partner. Don't judge the book by its cover, because this guy, he takes the mantra that he'll go down with a brisk gust of wind and sets it on its head. Great effort there to break a tackle and come up with a nice gain.
Now run by Gibbs. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10. At the 46-yard line.
Here's Goff. Throw caught by Raymond. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
It's a gain of 6. Brings up 3rd and 5.
Goff now looks to throw. He's got his target. That's complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars 19. Give him 22 there on the 3rd down conversion.
What a drive this has been, just chewing up the yardage. And here's one of their best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. Now back to the ground. Here's Gibbs. He was brought down by Foyesade Oluokun. We talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
The Lions on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 7. That's to the sideline and incomplete. Jacksonville's pass defense holds serve. 4th down.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
Bates' kick is good. And they'll get it back within a point at 7-6. So the margin shrinks there as they get the field goal to draw them a bit closer here in this 2nd quarter.
Yeah, nice snap, nice hole. They just want to keep this game close, so give them credit for finishing that one off with 3.
Pushing his way through. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. So here are the Jaguars to take over on offense. They lost 2 straight coming in, but good news for them right now. They've got the lead and the football. Lawrence bringing the Jaguars up, 1st and 10. Just shy of the 30. They'll start on the ground. Etienne. Oh, look at the juke. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a 1st down. Defensively, they were in the 3-4. Solid run up the middle. What made it successful?
Well, what you have to do is control the nose guard, but sometimes you don't do it by blocking him. You do it by influencing him. Get him moving to one side or the other and hit him back on the opposite.
Lawrence will throw. That's taken in by Duvernay. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. This 2nd and 4. Here's Lawrence. This one into the hands of Ingram downfield. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31.
Oftentimes now offenses aren't nearly as precise as days gone by. They just tell receivers, find an open patch of grass and let the quarterback find you. And that's exactly what they did on that play. First with the pass through the air, nice chunk of yardage there, and then additional pickup with his legs after the catch.
To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete.
He didn't just deny a big throw there. He broke that one up in the red zone. An excellent play, one that may help save points on the board when this drive is over.
And he comes back with one complete. And the Jags are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense, got to find a better way of accounting for the shorter routes that are being run against them.
Lawrence. This is caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. Evan Ingram, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Jags will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
And that lead is now 7 with a chance to go to 8 or more if they want to get crazy here, which we don't expect. But I just know the way the game's being played with the analytics, there's going to be a lot more of going for 2 in a lot of situations, isn't there?
Yeah, there's going to be. And I think their focus here, they don't want to give up anything going into the lockers on the other, and just a little bit of time left on the clock.
Yeah, they don't want to do anything to erase the good feeling they have right now by getting this late score in the half.
That time a 6-play drive. And Evan Ingram able to finish it off with a touchdown reception. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. Oh, a good return up past the 30. The home team's offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. Now, he's been a tough man to stop in this first half. He's putting up some big numbers already, and we have yet to reach halftime. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And with them trailing, there is still enough time to try to string a few plays together, maybe get into field goal range. And the catch made by Johnson. The broken tackle, but couldn't create much space. Down just beyond the 35. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Again, it's Johnson. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. Now a play fake, and it's gone. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A gain of 32 that time. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. The Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Off play action. Here's Goff. Throw out wide is incomplete. fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better, got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one. Trying to get that one to his tight end, and they've been trying to get the ball to him, but as of yet, unable to successfully complete one. But you know there's usually a nice comfort zone in throwing to the tight end. Great sight lines, usually right in the middle of the field.
Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
A very important third down conversion right there, because when you're trailing and find yourself this deep in enemy territory, the kicker's not even part of your thought process. You got to make it pay off with 6. Nice connection right there to set up first and goal.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Goff. And that one too wide and incomplete.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense because their coverage has been playing at a shutdown level so far. Even backed up late, they're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep them out of the end zone as the first half winds down.
Bates' kick is good, and that'll get the lead down to 5. So he's been a busy man here in this first half. That's 3 field goals for him now.
And not just 3 field goals, but 3 for 3. So even though the offense has struggled a bit putting it in the end zone, they've still been able to come away with points due to his leg.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And with Lawrence's arm, they may give him a shot to let this thing rip downfield. We'll see. On this one, incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's second down.
All right, Brandon, thank you very much. The NFL season going to be about 2/3 complete after this weekend. So lots to get to as we check out what's going on here in Week 11. We'll get our tour started out at